say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly. But you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the Rose Bowl, home to the UCLA Bruins. The Bruins will put total leather to crank us up. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will start this game off with the football. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Solid run on the last play. Sets this offense up on first down. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. Getting closer and closer to midfield. Out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 47. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. The Buckeyes are facing 3rd and inches. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team...
And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And this defense really wanted to come out and set the tone and be physical, but the offense did that. They took control. They owned the line of scrimmage. They create the big explosive run on the first drive to really set the tone in this football game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So UCLA's offense will go to work for the first time. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from this last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be...
There he goes! They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Bruins, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Young. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Got him downfield. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. The Bruins are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. He's brought down. The what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
And I love the quarterback's accuracy. You hit him in stride, man. Hit him where he can catch the football and continue to run and do more damage after the catch like he did right there.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, you've got to be able to run the football because...
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
That's a kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Might be changing the route. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. They'll toss it to the left. Creates a little space. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Yeah, and there you go again. Ohio State bringing the ground game. They typically do that, Reese. That's pretty normal for them.
They've built their entire program around it. Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. You go back to Hopalong Cassidy. I mean, the Buckeyes turns on the Jets. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So
breaks into the open. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. The Buckeyes will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the second quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They give him the rock again on 2nd and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's shown it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Snagged out of the air.
and quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
He'll pull it on the read. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to...
Turning it on! They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages, it tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense
fires toward the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The give out of the gun. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Looking downfield, it's Coffee. He's open on the right. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Reads it, fires complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Finds the tight end. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. And the Buckeyes are rolling down the field. Toss sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back.
Oh, he's got some space. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start in the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. On target over the middle. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Young. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44. And the Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying play action. Fires to the middle. Got his man all by himself. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got a man. It's Bradford. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Scrambling away. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA!
Well, the one thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Coffee. Got it in the middle. It's Ash.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
On the run, it's Ash. There he goes. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing. Rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They've featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. To the air on 1st down. With the catch, it's Young. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Bruins can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wide receiver going in motion. Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. Punts it out of the air. And he earns a 1st down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's got the back in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, 2nd down coming. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. And the Bruins line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. Inside a half minute to play. Would they dare go for a score here? Looking to throw, it's Coffee. That's caught. It's Miller. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, 1st down.
And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. Looking to throw on first down. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. He slides that just inside the right upright. And now the lead is extended a little further. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Pasadena. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at the Rose Bowl.
The Buckeyes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Here comes the heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Bruins will call on their punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Toss to the outside. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll go right back to him. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Breaks into the open. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. He is having a day, and think about this stat. Ezekiel Elliott has his name in the top 20 single-game rushing record list 5 times, more than any of the great Ohio State backs. Oh, we might have another entry coming here.
Oh, that's incredible to think about. And you think about some of his past runs that were so amazing. And when you got a guy that can do this and put up big numbers, he's having a day. This offense is having a day because of it. Keep it going, young fella.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. back to pass. It's Coffee. He's got it and still on his feet. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. With the run on first and goal. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Maybe that stop shows this defense is tightening up, especially in the run game. The offense, frankly, they've been able to do whatever they want to do. They just handed the ball off. This guy's having success. Left him.
Touchdown, Ohio State! And the stomping has commenced. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box, and still this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
Ball changes hands, and the offense finds themselves backed up inside their own 10. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
He'll do it himself. Just tried to barge their way forward out of the gun and still couldn't find any room to run.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll try to get outside. Turning it on. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Looking to throw on first down. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. And the Bruins with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Leaves it with the back. Not much room there. They'll give him one to the 9.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And this beatdown is close to completion as we reach the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. The throw with the catch. It's Witherspoon. Brought down at the 16-yard line, and that will likely bring out the punt team. The Bruins will punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. Now on the return. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This has been exactly the way heads up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Using his legs, it's Ash. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Coffee. Pulls it in, it's Miller. At the 40, there he goes. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. And another big play by this offense, and if they are playing, not thinking about the scoreboard at all, there's evidence of it right there.
Hey, if there's time on the clock, as a defense, stop us. Because we're not stopping ourselves. We're going to continue being aggressive. We're going to continue trying to score points. That's the aggressive nature of this football team.
They are in no mood to show any mercy as they keep flexing their muscle on offense.
Up big in the 4th quarter, and you just keep taking.
Touchdown, Ohio State! Fired in from the red zone for the score. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Oh, he's got some space. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. And Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
And the Bruins have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Got his man on the outside. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable 3rd down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
He's brought down at the 44-yard line, and the defense making a play on 3rd down. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
The handoff keeps working on that clock. Has plenty for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 28.
Really been impressed by the balance we've seen from this offense so far in the game, but I think you got to give a lot of the credit to the running game because it's been able to freeze these defenses, help set up play action. They've been physical at the point of attack. I think that really has been the key force for this offense so far, having the success they've had.
Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Coffee. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
On On third down, he drops to throw. Got his man. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be fourth down. It's 4th and 8, and never a hesitation. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw it again. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
Wants to go up top on first down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock. The marker rests at the 39, and that's what they need here on third down. Dropping back, it's Coffee. Going for it all. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And the offense comes up short on third down, but I tell you what, they've still had a good day. There's so many positives to point to. I'll be interested to see if they go for it here on fourth down. They don't have to. They got the lead. This all
going for it all. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The decision to go for it does not pan out. And after this play, the cake will be baked. To the air on first down. He's taking a deep shot. Played till the final whistle. It falls incomplete, and that's the ball game. With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the first place?
I think the portal certainly